What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Next Gen Career Mode. This is episode number 110, and we start today's episode with Kevin Volland saying to us he was pleased that he got on the team for the game against Schalke, and he'd also start this game against Copenhagen in the Champions League. And of course, we won our first Champions League game against St Etienne by, what was it, 6-0, 5-0, something like that. An absolutely fantastic victory regardless, and we now take on Copenhagen away in Denmark. And to be honest, you know, this group, I mean, I don't mean to boast, and I don't mean to sound sort of too big for my boots, but we really should be able to top it. I mean, Juventus actually lost the first game, or their first game, I should say, to this Copenhagen side, and, you know, I really do feel as though we should be able to top it, because Juventus are a good side, don't get me wrong, and, you know, St Etienne and Copenhagen, they're not bad sides, they're not terrible, but I still feel as though we should be able to top it, to be honest. And as we take on Copenhagen here away in Scandinavia, the first chance falls here in the 19th minute, and the first goal would be scored as well. Drax swings in a corner, and our captain Ginter, one of the rarer first team players out there. Of course, Ginter was playing, Royce was playing, I think Neuer, Neuer was playing as well. They were playing, but it was Ginter, our captain, who started this game, who made it 1-0. Great corner by Draxler. I love the way he sort of swerved the ball into the near post, and a great header by Ginter. He's so good, Ginter, seriously. 87 overall now. You know, I'd do anything to get the guy to 90 before the career mode ends, but I don't think he'll ever get to 90. I think he's maxed out at 87 now, to be honest, but the guy is just an absolute machine regardless, and he makes it Hertha Berlin 1, Copenhagen 0. So great start here, the perfect one away in Denmark, and we are 1-0 up. And in the 24th minute, another great chance here. Royce dispossesses his man. Draxler takes aim from range, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper, and it's turned behind for a corner. So Draxler looking very lively in this game. Again, we bought the guy for 20 million. He's sort of right now a bench player to the cup players, bench player that plays in the cups, but he's still really good, and he was looking very lively. But Kevin Volland, who was pleased to get in the team for the game against Schalke, must have been pleased to start this game as well, because he got the goal to make it 2-0 here in the 26th minute. Lovely couple of step overs and a great finish by the German there, who's so versatile, really is. Great finish, and it's Copenhagen 0, Hertha Berlin 2. And in the 32nd minute here, another good chance for Copenhagen. They go down this right hand side, give it to Claudemeyer. Claudemeyer swings the ball in towards the centre. Cornelius wins the header, but Neuer makes quite a comfortable save, to be honest. Kicks the ball forward towards Yashil controls it and finds Kevin Volland here. Volland turns his man and finds Omre Can. Can gets past his man and finds Draxler, who was looking very, very good in the early stage of this game, and he was still looking for his first goal here, but again, it's a good save by the goalkeeper, and it's turned away by Copenhagen. So still 2-0, but everything was going through Draxler in this game. I just kept on giving him the ball and letting him pass the ball forward. But in the 41st minute, another great chance. Volland collects the ball. What a ball that is to Draxler, and finally he does get the goal he deserves, because he was looking so good, so dangerous, and he deserved to get a goal, and he gets one here. I have to say as well, what a ball by Kevin Volland, the man who was polishing his boot there. Absolutely fantastic. You'll see it here on the replay. Just watch the way he outside of the boot, chips it over the top with his left foot. What a great ball that was, and a brilliant finish by by Draxler as well to make it Copenhagen 0, Hertha Berlin 3. So, you know, again, I did sign Draxler for 20 million pounds, and I know there was one or two of you saying it's kind of pointless to sign a player for 20 million and have him on the bench, but again, that's why I love Draxler, you know, because he can play in these Champions League games, he can play in the cup games, the midweek league games, and he's so good. He's such a great option to have as cover. So Copenhagen 0, Hertha Berlin 3 was the score at half time. It was an absolutely fantastic first half, and again, I don't mean to boast and I don't mean to sound, you know, too arrogant, but at the end of the day, this squad is so good, you know, not just the first 11 but the squad, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to top this group, in my opinion, undefeated. But still, 3-0 was the first half score, and in the second half, Copenhagen, well, they didn't want to lie down and just play damage limitation tactics. They still wanted to get themselves, you know, back in this game as well as possible, but they would have to try and beat Manuel Neuer, the perfect goalkeeper, and as Cornelius went forward there, it was a really good save by our German keeper to keep it at 3-0. So still 3-0, and Neuer was trying to get himself the clean sheet in this game. And in the 71st minute, Schürrle goes down this left hand side here. Copenhagen give the ball away. Schürrle gives it inside towards Omre Can. He picks out Yashil. Good chance for 4-0, but I messed up the finish, and it goes behind for a goal kick. So still 3-0. And in the 80th minute here, Copenhagen come forward again. The number 14 collects the ball, plays it through the middle towards Jorgensen here. Really good opportunity, finds Cornelius. Cornelius turns his man, plays it inside towards the number 9, and unfortunately, I think it's Vetakole, something like that, does make it Copenhagen 1, Hertha Berlin 3. So they get themselves a consolation goal. I was disappointed to concede. Obviously, I like getting as many clean sheets as possible. Doesn't any manager? But still, disappointed to concede, and Copenhagen do get themselves a consolation goal. But to be honest, it would be nothing more than that. You know, they were never going to mount a fight back. The last chance fell there, but Vollen's shot went wide and out for a goal kick, and the game did finish 3-1. So, you know, don't get me wrong, really disappointed to concede a late goal, and, you know, even if it is a consolation goal, it's still disappointing to lose that clean sheet, and I'm sure Neuer, the virtual Neuer, wouldn't have been happy as well. But still, it was a great performance, and you got to look at the positives. We looked dangerous every single time we went forward. We did score 3 goals. That's now 2 wins from our opening 2 games. Juventus beat St Etienne, the French side there, to make it to make sure they got their first 3 points of the group as well. And, you know, right now it's 6-3, 3-0 in the 4 teams, and we're of course got the 6 points. So right now we're off to a great start, and we just need to keep pressing on. And of course the game against Juventus will surely be the most difficult, but regardless, you know, we should be able to keep on going and picking up the points, especially maximum points against Copenhagen and St Etienne. But still, we take on Cologne here for the second and final game of today's episode at the Olympiastadion. Back in the league matters here, and of course after the first 9 games, 7 wins and 2 draws, 23 points, and Bayern Munich have an identical record to us as well. And I really do hope as well this year, it sounds crazy to say that you want another title rival, but you know, I really do hope as though Bayern Munich do push us as much as possible this year. You know, I really do, because you know, they just have been really poor ever since we started looking like title contenders. Bayern Munich dropped out of contention. They've been really poor, but I hope this year they do really well, and you know, hopefully towards the end of the season there'll be 3 teams going for the title. But regardless, we take on Cologne here, and the first chance fell in the 33rd minute. Jerome Boateng's giant throw-in was played into the box, and Lasogga won the header, but it went wide and out for a goal kick. So I gotta love Boateng's giant throw-in, don't I? And it's still 0-0. And from the goal kick, Horn plays it forward towards his man. Boateng chests the ball, but eventually loses it, and Cologne collect the ball here. Moritz collects it and plays that wide towards Halfar. He's got a man on the overlap. If he picks him out, he does. The number 35 collects the ball, then plays it through the centre towards Moritz. It's a great ball through Moritz. He splits the defence, but Neuer makes a really big save, and we get the ball away. So what a stop by Neuer there, and he keeps it at 0-0. We had a free kick in the 40th minute, and you know we're going to give it to Neuer. Neuer centres the ball just after the halfway line, centres the ball into the centre, but Royce, I think it was Royce, won the header, but Horner makes a comfortable save. So still 0-0, and that's how the first half would finish. And in the second half, almost some suicidal defending. I give the ball away with Schultz, and Cologne strike it, but at the near post, Neuer bails me out. Quite a comfortable save, but had to be made regardless, and it was still 0-0. And in the 73rd minute, Kevin Vollen collects the ball, goes down this right hand side, gives it to to Tony Kroos, down this right hand side, keeps on going, really good chance, keeps on going, fizzes in across, but Lasogga's shot is well saved by Horn. And it was unfortunately how the game would finish. Horn makes another good save there to deny Royce. It was how the game would finish, a 0-0 draw. And again, you know, we played against Dusseldorf in the last game, and the game finished 0-0, and I said this is why I wanted to sign Giefer. He played really well, and in this game Horn won man the match as well. And again, I wanted to sign Horn in the summer as well, so you know, it shows there exactly why I wanted to sign these 2 goalkeepers. I know they're good based on their stats. I can tell that from the Germany manager job. I can check their stats, and you know, this is exactly why those 2 goalkeepers are really decent. But yeah, the game did finish 0-0. Disappointing, very disappointing, but at least it wasn't a loss, and we are still undefeated. Of course, that is the last aim of the season, as the series regardless, and hopefully we can pull it off. But Baj Duba then came to us after the game and said he's disappointed that he sits on the sidelines pretty much every game, which he does now, and he says he wants to leave. So maybe we'll sell him in January, but we don't need to. We don't have to sell him. So you know, maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm not sure, but still, here is a squad report to end the episode off. A reminder, squad reports are shown at the start of every single in-game calendar month. You can check out how the players are doing, what stats they're increasing in, and what attributes they're increasing, I should say, and how they are looking. And yeah, the squad looks unbelievable, doesn't it? I'm so glad that in just 5 seasons we've turned this squad from a very average one to a well-beaten one. It's unbelievable, and in my opinion, it's got to be the strongest squad in the world now. You know, especially with the signs we made in the summer, with players like Drax coming in to sit on the bench, and Flume coming in and Boateng too. It's got to be the strongest side in the world now. It's unbelievable. But also as well, the last thing you'll see is the league table. As you can see, 10 games in, we are still unbeaten, as are Bayern Munich and Stuttgart here. And Bayern Munich do lead the way with 26 points. We got 24, Stuttgart 22, and Dortmund have 21. So a very decent start for 4 teams in the league. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode on my next gen career mode very soon.